Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Full Dive Gaming Podcast. I just keep messing up that bit. Bringing a weekly dive of all the news, discussion, and condensed nerd talk you need for virtual reality gaming every Friday. I'm Rip McAfee, producer and editor of this podcast.
I'm Jay Bratt, a virtual reality YouTuber.
I'm Destiny Wheeler, entrepreneur and VR enthusiast.
So, unfortunately, we don't have Adam here. He wasn't able to make it to this week's podcast, but we have a very special guest for this podcast to replace him.
Hello, I'm that guy's Will, and I create content revolving around the PSVR.
And we'll have links and stuff to his YouTube channel, and we'll talk a little bit more about that at the very end of the podcast. I'm now realizing that I should have audience. I have recently joined, and this is like kind of older news, and I just realized that I haven't made the change yet. I joined I'm always hesitant to call it pro, but at least I joined a competitive team for the game Onward recently. So maybe I should be attaching that to the little introduction bit.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that would be fun.
Pro gamer here, guys.
Pro gamer. I'm Rip McAfee, producer and pro gamer.
All
We're gonna
right.
watch you live.
So we are all sitting here in VR, guys. We're interacting as if we were really together in one room. So check out the YouTube channel. We got links everywhere if you want to see us and our lovely virtual reality faces. We run the podcast in 3 sections. First, a VR gaming news section. Second, we'll be talking about our experiences with some of the new VR games to come out. And third, we'll be running a discussion that changes week to week. This week, we'll be talking about whether you should be purchasing an HP Reverb G2 or a Valve Index. It was a question brought by our community. We're going to be excited to answer that one. Last week, we covered the importance of room scale in VR. Really important topic. I recommend you check out last week's podcast to hear all about that one. So before we get into the news section, we have a bit of Q&A. Just one question this week. This one's from Starsight. Was I supposed to introduce? Oh, I'm introducing it now. Will you guys ever do a fan meeting, and when? I feel like we got
That's
it
a
now.
good question. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be really cool.
Well,
Yeah.
we've got that coming, and then I'm scared. I feel like I might be letting the cat out of the bag. I won't say anything unless Rip says some more. But there is some ideas. There is some ideas for the future of fans being around and stuff to do with the podcast. So there's more details to come. Very exciting stuff.
Yes, absolutely. We're not supposed to technically say in what game we're recording this, but we're recording in a very obvious game that probably comes to everyone's minds when they think of social VR. And we chose this because it's very modular, and we can sort of try and get an audience in this thing at some point. So we sort of have been prepared for this, at least in theory, since the beginning. So we're absolutely looking to have people here, right here in this record. Well, you won't be able to hear them. They're just gonna be able to watch us silently or something. But we would love it for you guys to be able to be here, and well, actually, you might be able to talk to each other. We just won't. We will have you muted, so we won't hear you. But who knows? The details might change. But yes, it's in the works, and at the very least, if you're talking just meetups like playing games with the audience, we would absolutely love to do that, and we'll try to get some stuff set up.
Love it. Love everything
Yes.
about it.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So our news section, but first, this news section, I just don't have it today. But first, this news segment is brought to you by no one. We have no sponsors. But if you would like to be a sponsor for this podcast, please reach out to me at ripmcafee@fulldivepodcast.com. If you do not know how to spell that, that's RIPMCAFEE. And if that's still too hard for you, it's in the show notes. All right. First news piece. Take us away, Jay.
Exciting, crazy news this week. A brand new Star Wars game is coming this October. Full VR support across the whole game. They said it's going to be on PC, PSVR, and standalone, which we all know basically means the Quest and the Quest only. Maybe the Pico
Right.
VO2 is going to get it. I don't know. Probably
That
only
would
the
be
Quest.
hilarious.
Buckle up, take full control of starfighters such as the X-Wing and TIE Fighter. Feel the adrenaline of strategic first-person 5v5 multiplayer dogfights alongside your squadron. You go into a fateful campaign. It's set near the conclusion of the Galactic Civil War. The nerds will have to tell me what that even means. I don't even know. Learn what it means to be a pilot in a thrilling Star Wars single-player story. The New Republic fights for freedom. The Empire demands order. You get to join the galaxy's finest October 2nd, 2020. Not only is this VR, this is PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Origin PC, Steam, Epic, everything. So that means tons of players, cross-play with VR, huge player base. We're super excited. By the time this podcast comes out, the gameplay world premiere will have come out on June 18th. So check that out too if you want to see some more footage. Who else is crazy excited about this?
I'm so freaking hyped. Like, oh my god.
5v5. That's a lot.
Oh man. Yeah.
Fully
Have you guys
in
seen...
VR. Fully.
No.
Completely.
It's not just VR, right?
It's fully in VR is what he's saying.
No,
yes,
I'm saying everything.
Oh yeah.
VR.
Right,
whole
yeah,
game,
like
fully
full
supported.
crossplay.
Crossplay,
And crossplay.
cross-platform. It's
This is
supposed
huge
to be
that's
endeavor.
really nice.
Yeah.
And HOTAS support on PC. HOTAS is supported.
Yeah.
I just saw that the other day.
It better
So
be
this
on PSVR too.
I hope so. Mine is collecting dust.
Yeah, this is... I mean, wow. What happened to EA? Is this... Are you okay, EA? Like, is this...
Where's the microtransactions?
That was
someone
what
put a
everyone's
heart in
been
you?
worried about already. Everyone's mentioning that. They're like, hey, Star Wars! And it was like EA. And they're like, oh crap.
Right? Yeah. This is too good to be true. There's no way. And they're not wrong. Like, I mean, you know, we've had some really great stuff out of EA. We had the whole Titanfall series, and we had, I guess, Apex Legends, but some people have some things to say about it. But whatever, you know what? It really is pretty great. And they've, for those that aren't familiar, Battlefront 2 released to a ton of controversy, and if for anyone that's been paying attention to that game, they've done like a complete 180. I'm sorry, this isn't very VR related, but it's related to this. Battlefront 2 really did a big turnaround, and DICE and EA have been working really hard to change that opinion that people have of them. And they're releasing a ton of their games on Steam. We're seeing a lot of these really great games. We've been seeing a lot of VR support, which is kind of like, why like, of all the companies that I was expecting to be like, yeah, we're gonna start going into that VR market, it wasn't EA and Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I thought it would be, I don't know what I thought it'd be. Not EA or Disney.
Well, and on the VR side of things here, we're all super excited about this, but on the other hand, it's like, it's about time. I mean, when VR first started becoming a thing, everybody was like Star Wars and lightsabers, and like, there's been so many fan-created games out there that you can play because no big publishers have been getting in and doing anything with Star Wars. So finally, we're starting to see more exciting things about this. Obviously, Vader Immortal, that same company is making another one. Now, EA is this. I mean, we've been waiting years for this, those of us who have been in VR. So I'm excited, but it's also, it's about time. We need some more.
Right. Yeah. This is super exciting. Ugh, I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped. This is like similar amount of hype to when Elite Dangerous dropped that new update. Though, a quick little update on that update for those that listen to that podcast. The new Elite Dangerous update will not have VR support, so it's a double-edged sword.
Oh no.
Yeah. Anything else to add, guys?
Uh-oh.
Oh, goodness.
That's how sad the news was. I fell out of my chair.
He's like, I'm so pumped.
He just had to express
Can't
himself.
contain himself.
Yeah.